The more threads of different ages of barrel that you have in a beer, the more complex it becomes. What we think about when we think about the best versions of truth are versions that are very, very rich, chocolatey, decadent, and have an accent of bourbony vanilla character.
Truth is Treehouse's flagship barrel-aged stout, typically aged 22 to 24 months, sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little less. The oldest barrel of Truth we have right now, probably 5 years.
Barrel-aged programs are interesting because the longer you have them, the better they get. So over time, you assemble a collection of barrels of varying ages. We've been at this for over a decade. So there's threads of truth that are over 5 years old. And there's also youthful barrels. There's barrels that are 6 months old.
We'll age it in stainless for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, rack it into barrels, and then from there we send it down to our warehouse and it sits there for 22 to 24 months typically.
What that does is it enables the beer to go into and out of the oak. And when you're making bourbon, you're extrapolating simply that oak, that vanillin flavor that you get from charring the oak barrel. In the case of the beer, you're picking up not only that original vanillin character, but you're picking up the bourbon character that's been residing in that oak additionally. So you're getting a super complex beer that's a function of the barrel that it resided in. And interestingly, here at Treehouse, we use our second use bourbon barrels, bourbon that's made with Massachusetts grown grain and made with our bourbon that we make from scratch is working its way into the threads of truth to make that entry into the barrel age market hyper unique.
The team that handles the barrel program is pretty small. It's just mostly me. I have an assistant, John, but he's heavily tied in Woodstock. He and I also run that brew program.
The extent to which Dan takes seriously the outcome of these beers and their authenticity goes without saying. And this is a genuine labor of love for him. And, oftentimes in the brewery, when you have a team of people doing things, it can dilute the outcome. In the example of Truth, most of the credit belongs to and goes to Dan. And in terms of being invested in the outcome, I can't imagine a better person to see these beers turn out wonderfully. 2 Weeks of Truth is a new and special variant of Truth released every day for 2 straight weeks.
This year, we're releasing base Truth, and then on top of that, 13 variants, so 14 in total. That's that's a lot, yeah.
This year's collection, I think, is about 50% new ideas and 50% revisited ideas. But the way that we think about everything we do at Treehouse is that we have a mindset of perpetual improvement. So the batches that are new batches of variants that have been made before, we promise that they will be better than they were last year.
This year, for new variants, I did spumoni, which is an Italian ice cream dessert. It's pistachio, cherry, and then chocolate. So the Truth brings all the chocolate and aged it on cherries and hand-roasted pistachios.
Anytime a batch of Truth is adjuncted, Dan goes out of his way to treat it in a unique way. So if we're using a specific kind of nut, for example, we'll use the pizza oven to roast and extract the nuts and give them a unique flavor. He's not using extracts or oils or compounds, he's using the actual thing. And what I will say there is that a lot of times you'll get more of an umami texture, subtle flavor that's super natural and original versus an extract flavor, which will be very punchy and, like everyone wants the thing to taste like the thing, but sometimes it can be overbearing. It's important to remember that a base beer can often be seen as like the least version of a beer and that the variants are more sought after because they're more conceptually interesting. I would caution people not to ignore regular Truth. And the complexity of that beer, the intention of that beer is to be the very best example of all the things that we do. So For me, regular truth and double barrel truth represent the pinnacle of the program.
Final product beers are all from truth barrels that we hand select, we taste through periodically. If it doesn't make the cut, but it's still good, we will maybe use it for something else. But if there's not enough time on it, but it's tasting nice, we'll let it be and try it again in 3-6 months.
It's an exciting time. We've had a gnarly winter here in New England, and now's the time to be releasing beers like this.
They're very small batch size. It's things we don't make often. Once they're here and gone, they're gone.
Treehouse was founded on the notion that great beverages are a genuine enhancement to gatherings and life's most important moments. These beers are designed specifically with gathering and sharing in mind, and this ideal is the energy that drives the thoughtful creation of this series. Rather than love, than fame, than money, give me truth.